Hello, friends, and welcome to the Raised Rowdy Podcast. I'm Nicky T.
My name is Kurt Ozan.
And we are here with Miss Callie Prince today.
Hi.
Yay.
Hey, Callie, how are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. How many podcasts have you been on before?
This is my second.
Second. Who was the first one?
We Are Music.
We Are Music.
Yes, We Are Music.
We are not music.
We are not music. We are Raised Rowdy.
We are Raised Rowdy.
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming out here to the luxurious Hermitage,
Thanks
Tennessee,
for having me.
or
Thanks for
Old
having
Hickory,
me.
or wherever we're at.
Mm-hmm. Nashville.
This luxurious room with posters.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful in here.
Yeah, we upped our game a little bit recently, so it's good
I
for
love
you.
it.
Brag, brag, brag.
Brag.
Hey, sometimes you got to.
Hey, that's it. If we don't brag on us, who will? I guess you know.
I will.
My parents.
Yeah, definitely Kurt's parents and Callie. Well, thanks for jumping on the podcast with us.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Callie has been a longtime member of the Raised Rowdy family. I told her recently at the round, I was like, I think you've played more than anyone else recently, and we appreciate it.
You've overtaken Ashlyn Craft, probably.
Yeah, Ashlyn won't even answer our calls anymore.
Really?
No.
I'm riding with her tomorrow.
I'm just joking. We love you, Ashlyn.
Tell her we said hi.
I will. I will relay it.
But it's one of those things where it's like the way we book, you know, is like we'll book a friend and then they'll book their friends.
Yeah.
So your crew is definitely part of the Raised Rowdy family.
We are.
Yeah.
I feel like we
extensively.
are rowdy though, so like
Yes.
we
It
really
fits.
live the part, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And Callie is like, I mean, you're extra deep because you went to a festival with us
Oh my God.
and lived through tenting for 4 or 5 days.
Oh my God, I did. I tented for 5 days.
Wow.
I'm still recovering.
When was this?
That was tailgating Tall Boys last year in Illinois.
It was.
Gotcha.
And Matt.
That's when Nicky T was still drinking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was being a bad boy, but also a good boy.
Good
too.
boy,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's
a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
Callie
It was
and
great.
Max and Matt went up early too, so you guys were there even like extra. Longer
Yeah,
than
we
I
were.
was.
Yeah, we were. We were there. I feel like we were there like an extra day
Yeah,
than y'all.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
yeah, we were.
I love Festival Nick.
yeah.
He's
Festival
a
Nick
great person.
dresses like a degenerate and has
Mhm.
fun.
It was fun. I had a blast.
Yeah.
Who
I had a
played?
blast. Jelly Roll, Bailey
Oh, yeah.
Zimmerman, Lainey Wilson, Chase Matthew, Josh Ross, Mackenzie
Lakeview.
Carpenter, Lakeview.
Yep.
Aw.
Alexandra K, I think.
Yes.
Yep. And
Sounds
then
fun.
Matt Schuster.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of who was on main
Nickelback?
stage. Yes. How could I forget Nickelback? How could I forget that?
I thought you were joking at first.
Nope. Nickelback. That was their first headlining festival date. Yeah, I think they said in 10 years. Wow. It was wild.
Hell
it was
yeah.
great.
It was very fun.
Standouts from the festival?
I mean, Jelly Roll, like the Bloomington crowd was the church, and Jelly Roll was the preacher for sure. He was
Oh yeah.
insane.
All ages.
Yeah.
All ages.
It was a congregation, man.
Yeah.
I love Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I haven't got to like really meet him, but he seems like a dude that I would love to meet.
He's just a light, truly. I think I've told you this story before. I don't know if I ever told on the podcast, but when I was at the Grammys, I was taking a piss, and I look over, and Jelly Roll's in the corner of the bathroom with a couple of bros, and they're just smoking a joint in there, or a blunt, I think it was. And I was like, "Hey, Jelly." He's like, "What up, dude?" You know, he's just like being around this guy, just like you just feel better.
Yeah.
Like he's just got this energy, and it makes sense why so many people love him.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. It's great.
Well, Callie, what's been going on in your world? So I know we've had you play a lot, so we get to hear a lot of your great songs.
Yes,
A lot
a
of
lot
which
of
aren't released yet.
Yes. A lot of them.
But let's talk about your most recent release.
She Calls Him Baby.
Yeah. That one is
Yeah.
like the first one that kind of like started getting smoke on socials for you, right?
Yes, that was the first
Started
one. that-
popping on TikTok a little.
Yeah.
I remember chatting with you and that was going down, and you were like, "Nick, I think it's happening."
Yes, I was so excited, but you know, like the whole like TikTok game is like one can get like 1 million, the next one's gonna get like 200. So it's
Yeah.
like it's really humbling actually. So you know,
It's an interesting thing.
yes,
The way that you would make it so that all of them get millions is
Mhm.
have just thousands and thousands of dollars to put behind them.
and
Yeah.
yes,
If
For
you have
real.
that, then that can make
yeah,
all
then
of them
you're
go.
good. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have that,
Same, sis.
but
same.
yeah, it kind of like was getting traction, so I was like, let me put it out, and then I like had all these girls like messaging me, and they were like, put the song out, and I was like, whoa.
Okay.
I was like, okay. And they were like, when's this song? I mean, I still to this day have people like DM me, when's this song coming out? And I'm like, this song's out. Like both versions actually are out.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm like, yeah, like the song's out, you know, go listen to it. But yeah, so.
And you work with Ryan for production.
Yes.
Tell us about Ryan and how you guys met.
So I met Ryan through
Who's Ryan? Ryan Umis? No.
Ryan Cohn.
Ryan Cohn.
Ryan Cohn. I met Ryan through Max, I think, or maybe around. I think I met him at a Raised Rowdy round, actually, maybe. But
Where all the good networking happens.
yes,
Yeah.
I think I've met most of my friends at Raised Rowdy rounds.
Well, that sounds great, honestly.
You know, yeah, I just love it. But we met and we started writing together, and She Calls Him Baby was the first song me and Ryan wrote together.
Mhm.
So it was funny, like I was like 2 hours late to the write, and Ryan was very like he was not happy with me because like we had never written and like we didn't really know each other.
Yeah.
But like I had written with Max before, and like Max knew that I was a degenerate, so he was just like, you know, go with the flow. But Ryan was like not very happy, and so then I came in with the idea, and I was like, let's write this song, and then we wrote it in like 45 minutes, and so Ryan forgave me for being late.
See, so it was only a 2 hour and 45-minute write. Not that bad.
Well,
Save 15 minutes.
yeah. To them, it was 2 hours and 45. To me, it was only 45.
Yeah.
You know, so it was great. But, and then Ryan sent the demo to that song, and he was like, I just started doing demos, so like, don't go hard on me. Like, you know, it's just, I'm trying, I'm learning, and I gotta listen to it. And I was like, what? I was like, you're learning. I was like, sounds like to me you know what you're doing. And so like
great.
he was so good. And so I was like, do you want to like produce my other stuff too? So he was like, yeah, I would love to. So we started working together, and here we are.
Yeah, I love it. Ryan's
was
one of
so
those
excited.
guys that's kind of like Maxwell, where he does like everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan is
Love
like
that.
Yeah,
everything, literally.
you would actually love him. He's like kind of nerdy like we are.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Met all my wives at traffic jams and all my friends and producers at Raised Rowdy events.
There you go.
Well, it's been great to watch you kind of like do your thing. So it was cool to like see those moments through that, and also get to watch you like just figure out like what your thing is and like
Yeah.
what you're trying to sound like.
I'm
you know?
still trying to figure that out too.
Well,
That's
and
like
that's part of it.
yeah. I feel like that's like been the most challenging thing is what do I want to sound like as an artist? Like
yeah.
I don't want to sound like anybody else.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do I do that? So I'm still like figuring that out. But
I think that's an important thing, and obviously, I mean, as you hear artists through time, that changes.
Yeah.
You know? So don't think like you have to have the thing figured out.
yeah.
But I mean, definitely like your vocal song to song is, you know, slightly different. So you can kind of
Yeah.
see that. But the stuff that you've been working up recently, I feel like is your best stuff.
Me
So,
too. I
yeah.
think so too. And I'm really proud of it. I'm
Yeah.
really proud of it. So.
Do you have any other songs that are kind of like in the works?
Yeah, so I've been promoting one, Boys That Smoke, that
Mhm.
comes out May the 3rd. And then I just recorded a new one with Ryan. I'm working on a project because I've always said like for the past couple years that I want to put an EP out, but I never really had like a group of songs that I was like super super proud of, that I was like, let me put all these songs out together.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I have that, so I'm gonna
Love
do that. And I'm gonna do it this time. I'm actually gonna do it and not say I'm gonna do it, not do it.
Callie, I don't know if you know Kurt, but was one of the artists that we did Raised Rowdy Presents Callie Prince and Friends.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up. I think that's so cool that you do that. And
super cool.
in Milwaukee this weekend, I was talking to Graham about it, and we were just talking about how everyone in this town that knows Nicky T loves Nicky T.
Yeah.
I know that you'll agree with me, and I love him very much. And Graham does, and I was like, oh yeah, funny story. Nick is the reason Colby came to town, essentially, because he did a Raised Rowdy Presents, and I knew that you did one too. I just think it's so fun. The only thing I don't like about it is that you do it on Fridays sometimes, and I'm literally never in town on Fridays. But everything
Yeah.
besides that, I think it's so, I don't know, it's just so wholesome and fun.
Yeah.
It's great.
They're great nights, and it becomes kind of like a celebration, not just of you, but of all
Yeah.
the people that you put into your life.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I love it. I loved my night. It was so fun.
I've never been to one, I don't think.
We'll have to do one on a Friday when you're in town.
Can you explain to our listeners
Yeah.
what it is?
Hi, listeners.
Hello.
Viewers. So what we do is, of course, we do singer-songwriter events in town often. So we do Sunday nights. We do every other Tuesday. And then we do Wednesdays. Now we do full band showcases over at Winners. But every once in a while, we will do a Friday night at Live Oak.
Yeah.
And Live Oak is the bar that I started my Writers Round at, that Matt started his Writers Round at. We love it dearly. And so we'll kind of like have an artist that we kind of build the night around. So we've done Colby Acuff did an event.
Mm-hmm.
We had Shelby Ray do one. We had July Moon do one.
Mm-hmm.
We had Paxton, and then you. So
That's all?
yeah, we haven't had that many.
Dang.
Just like family, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's and it's something super cool. Oh, we did Yellow Rose Artists too. So, which is a management company out of Texas.
Okay.
That was actually a really cool one. So we have 2 podcasts coming up with 2 of the artists from that, Sterling Elza and Cole Barnhill, coming up soon. So super excited about that. Yeah. But it's really like a celebration, oftentimes around a release or just around an artist that is like kind of like what we identify as encapsulating what Raised Rowdy is, which is kind of like a family-oriented, friendly, good people thing, and great songs. So we were super excited when you said you wanted to do one with us.
Oh, I loved it. I had the best time.
It's
All my
super fun.
friends.
Yeah.
I had to like threaten Max. I was like, if you don't play a song that you wrote with me, I swear to God, I'll unplug your microphone.
How did you and Max meet, first of all?
I don't think I can tell that story on the podcast. But, we always hung out in the same group. Like that whole crew, like we just kind of all ran together. And long story short, like randomly, I was about to quit my nanny job, and I was gonna play Broadway because I was like, I need to make money, and I don't want to have like a 9-to-5 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I needed a duo partner, and the first person that came to my mind was Max. For some odd reason, I had never hung out with the dude, never like hardly ever talked to him, but I was like, maybe Max. And so then I asked him, and he was like, yeah, let's play, and we've been playing ever since. So
You guys definitely have that like brother-sister relationship.
oh yeah,
It's
the
great.
amount of times that people are like, are y'all dating? Like we'll be playing and somebody will come up like, are y'all dating? Are y'all together? And I'm like, ugh.
Oh, poor Max.
No, Max
no,
does
Max
the
does
same
great.
thing. No, he literally will be like, ugh. And I'm like, yeah, we're not.
Sometimes when you get to know someone too well, you just like you're more
Yes.
family than you are anything else.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
sometimes I have to catch myself. I'm like, okay, these people don't realize that we're like super close. And so when I'm like, ugh,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, that's like, I'm like, don't. You know?
Yeah, it's just friendly banter.
Yeah.
You know. Me
I've
and
definitely
Max-
had that plan for a female artist before. When they're like, my friend's like, dude, she's so hot. I go, what do you mean? She's like my sister. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the industry is a strange place, you know? So there's a lot of people
True.
that are like that, but there's a lot of people that where you're like just friends with. I always like, I'm one of those guys that has had female friends my whole life. So it's like weird to me. I know some guys that are just like mostly friends with guys and not too many girls. And it's just not how I've ever been.
Yeah.
you
No,
know?
I've always had more guy friends than girls.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not weird to me at all.
Yeah, I feel like girls having guy friends isn't weird, but sometimes like a dude having more or equal female friends. I'd say I'm probably like 50-50.
Yeah, and I remember I was hanging out with Whitney, Colby's girlfriend, because you know, it's like she doesn't have as many friends. She just moved to town, so I bring her with me and I go stuff. And Trevor's like, "Who's this girl you bring with?" I'm like, "It's Colby's girlfriend. Like we're just hanging out." And he's like, "That's kind of weird." I'm like, "No, it's not."
Yeah, we're
know?
just friends.
Yeah.
You know, I guess everyone's different, but
I hang out with all those guys all the time.
oh yeah,
Like, Jake will be out of town, and I'm like, hanging out with the guys.
yeah.
Somebody actually, this is funny. Somebody the other day, Christian's going to kill me for saying this. But,
Yes.
Christian, like, he, like, texted me the other day, and he was like, I was trying to flirt with this girl at Live Oak, and she was like, you have a girlfriend? And he was like, no, I don't. And he was like, she said, yeah, you do, like, Callie? And he said, Callie Prince? And she was like, yeah, like, y'all are dating. And he was like, no. Oh, my God. And I was like, oh, God, I'm hanging out with these guys too much. People think we're together.
No, everyone thought that. Like, I remember Brooke Lee when she moved to town. She was like, "Blah blah blah, your girlfriend." I was like, "Who are you talking about? Like, I don't have a girlfriend." And she thought it was Heather because Heather sold merch for us at Rowdy on the Row. And I was like, "No, not Heather." I was like, "She likes way better looking dudes than me."
God bless Heather.
We miss you, Heather.
That's
But
so funny.
no, it's
That's so funny,
it's just interesting, and people just assume stuff. You know,
Yeah.
it's weird, but
especially with the internet these days. You know,
yeah, the internet's terrible, but also great.
it's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
but bad.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Dopamine addiction is real. We talked about that on the previous podcast. And it's so easy to like tie your dopamine to like someone saying that they hearted your picture, which is so weird if you think about it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's $1 trillion addiction, right? Industry and all that.
Yeah, they make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
We don't make any of it, but we made like I think we made $100 off Instagram the one year.
How do you make money off Instagram?
You're asking the wrong people, Callie.
They had like Reels bonuses, so like if your Reels did well for a while, they would like bonus you. I think they were like trying to see if that was like sustainable.
Yeah.
And then they stopped doing it, so I assume it's not sustainable.
Oh dang.
You know?
Okay.
But you'll have that.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. TikTok has things too where you can do like
You can like monetize your stuff.
Yeah.
And do lives.
Yeah, lives. Like Trey Lewis makes a bunch of money on
Really?
lives. Not even kind of trying to make money. People
Really?
just give him money when he's on lives. It's wild.
I don't know why, but like I cannot go live. It's just something about it. It's just like I think it's a me thing. It's not like anybody else thing. It's a me problem.
Yeah.
That's why I can't.
You're
do
just
it.
not comfortable.
I just like. I don't know, like the idea of me like talking to a screen and like nobody is really there to like talk back to me. I just like feel weird. But
well, what if you did it with like a friend with you?
yeah, I could do that.
That might be the move.
While you're playing video games.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah,
if
you could
the
just
three
make
of
fun
us
of
were-
Christian.
Yeah.
You know?
Or we could play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I mean, yeah.
Just bring some of the homies with you, and then you get comfortable with that, and then you could probably get comfortable without it too.
Yeah.
The first time I did these podcasts, we were just like come down to Nashville, didn't know what we were doing, me and a buddy and the artist, and we just had no idea.
Really?
But then you figure it out.
Yeah.
It's just like anything.
Yeah. I mean,
Just like playing in front of people.
oh yeah. I mean, I got over that, so I can do anything.
Well, tell us about your background. Like,
Where's that accent come from?
Yeah.
Mississippi.
MISSISSI.
Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Same place as Hardy's from.
Yep.
Yep.
Same town.
Tell us about your background. Like, when did you get into music? Was it church, or how did you get in there?
Church. I've always sang.
Mhm.
So like growing up, I was like, I want to be a country music singer. Like that's all I wanted to do. So like I just sang. And so I came to Nashville when I was 15, and I recorded a cover CD, like a 2-song cover CD. It was a Kelsey Ballerini song and a Mary Moore song.
Wow, I'm old.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we're old.
What
Kurt.
songs?
It was My Church by Maren Morris and then Dibs by Kelsey Ballerini. So like old songs.
How old were you at this time?
15.
That's great.
I
it
was
was
on
like-
tour with Kelsey when that song came out.
Really?
Yeah, I was playing for Janet Kramer, but it was like the Women of Country, Next Women of Country tour. And it was so much fun. She's great. She's
I
such a
love
nice
her.
person.
I listened to that the other day, like of me singing it, and I was like, just like the change, like the 10 years of like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow.
Well, you've been working your butt off, dude.
I know, but like my voice, I was like, I don't want anyone to ever hear that. That's like,
Is it on the internet?
no. Oh God, no. The only place it's in my mom's car. Like I
we're calling
downloaded
your
it.
mom.
I downloaded it to her car, and so it's in her car. So that's the
great.
only place it is.
You can download stuff to a car?
I didn't know that either. She's had her car for like 10 years though. So.
It's crazy.
Calling dibs on your lips. On your head.
Literally.
I do love that song Peter Pan though. That's
Oh,
such
I
a
I think
still
that's her
sing that
best
song
one.
out. When
Yeah.
I play Broadway, I
I
sing
mean,
that
a
song.
lot of her songs are great.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
she's a
I think
sweetie.
that's my favorite one.
Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
Super good song.
Great song.
So you grew up loving music.
Yes.
Recorded a 2-song cover record
That
when you
no
were
one will
15.
ever hear.
Oh, well, we're gonna get it from your mom.
Oh, Lord, Mom,
I'm just gonna
please
make
don't.
her record it on the phone when she plays it in the car,
Oh God.
just so we have it.
Oh God.
Go carjack her mom just to get it.
No, I recorded that, and then I went back home, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. And then somebody was like, if you want to make it, like be successful, like you're gonna have to learn to play the guitar. And I had no idea how to play the guitar, so I taught myself how to play the guitar, like the 3 chords, G, D, C. That's
Yeah.
literally the only 3 chords I knew for like the longest time.
Yeah.
solid choice.
But I taught myself how to play it, and then I started like kind of writing songs a little bit.
Mhm.
They were terrible compared to the ones I have now. They're just like, they're just
Oh, yeah.
beginner songs,
Of
But
course.
but yeah, I started writing songs, and then after high school, I wanted to move up here immediately, and my mom and my dad were like, no, you need to go to college, you need to do the whole thing, and I was like, ugh, okay. And so I went to Mississippi State for 1 year, and after my first semester, I was like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm like done. I don't want to be here. Like, I'm not a school person. This is not for me. I don't want to be here. And so they were like, just finish out the year and we'll talk about it. And I was like, I literally am so miserable right now. Like, I was going to school for like, to be a physical therapist. And I was like, I don't want to be I'm just like, I don't want to be a physical therapist. Like, what am I doing? Wasting my time. And so after my second semester, April, I took my finals, and I told my parents I'm moving to Nashville, and I moved to Nashville like a week later.
Nice.
So I've been here ever since.
Yeah. So how long ago was that?
May 2019, so almost 5 years.
Crazy.
So that's me.
Yeah.
Here I am.
So when you got to town, how did you go about, like, did you have any friends when you moved? No. So
I only knew like Hardy and his family when I moved up here. I went to school at SAE I got my associate's degree in entertainment business. But I met some people through there, and then through that I met some other people and started writing and like started doing all that stuff. And like 6 months later, I played at Live Oak for the first time.
Yeah.
That was my first live show I played up here, and here I am.
Crazy.
Time flies.
What advice do you have for folks that are moving to town and don't have friends? Because we do have a lot of like aspiring artists or people that want to be in the music business.
Depending on how old you are.
Yeah.
No, I can't. Can I say it?
Yeah.
Fake ID.
Yeah.
Sorry. Don't cancel me, but I mean, I didn't have one.
Yeah.
Of course you didn't.
Well, I actually did. My mom actually ordered mine from China.
That's funny.
Yeah, and it got taken the first time I tried to use it. It was so bad. It was terrible. But if like you're not 21, it's like hard, but network as much as you can.
Yeah.
Like honestly, that's how you make a lot of your friends, and you just like network, and you just go play and go watch every show you can, and just like talk to everybody after.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing for me when I moved here, because I was like really shy. I used to be so shy.
I mean, you're still pretty shy.
I mean, yes, I'm still pretty shy. I'm still getting over that. But I mean, like, I used to be so shy. Like, I would not talk to anybody. I was like to myself. But you kind of have to get over that and kind of just talk to people and network and tell them about yourself. And don't be afraid to tell people what you do for a living.
Yeah.
Because I'm still afraid to do that. Because they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I write songs.
Well, I mean, doing music for a living sounds crazy, but it's not here.
Yeah.
Of all places, here, it's the least crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's so many people that do that, and there's so many people that that have publishing deals. Or artists that are making great money. And even people that aren't incredibly successful, you can make a good living doing this thing very easily.
Of course.
And playing Broadway, you can make bank.
Absolutely.
You can make six figures playing Broadway.
Oh yeah.
Have you played Broadway extensively? So I know you guys had that 12:30 gig club.
So the only gig we have left is 12:30.
Yeah.
So we used to.
That's at 5th and Broad.
Mm-hmm.
So Justin Timberlake spot, right?
Yep.
Love that spot.
Are you guys on the main floor for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best. I think that's like my favorite gig. And we only do it once a week, so it's like not overly like singing too many cover songs a week, because
it can leak into your brain.
Yeah, it can like really like, I don't know. But I do 12:30 club, and then I write songs.
Yeah.
And so
how often do you write songs a week?
4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah. And is it mostly with folks that you're like in your friendship crew, or like are you starting to branch out of that and try to build
I'm starting
more?
to branch out.
Yeah.
I've been I'm being booked with a lot of, people that I've like really like looked up to and listened to for a while, and so I'm like writing with them, but I'm also still writing with my friends because like I like started with them, and so like I feel like if I can write with other people and then like learn from them and bring it back to like write with my friends, I feel like that will help us grow like to a different level.
Yeah. So you said booking. Are you booking yourself, or do you have someone booking for you? Or?
I have someone helping me book stuff right now. But, like, for the most part, I'm still doing it myself.
Yeah.
But right now, I have someone else helping me. So.
That's great.
Which is really nice, because It's hard.
It is hard.
It's super hard.
Well, and like what I see a lot is you'll see people that write with their friends almost exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great.
Yeah.
But if none of you guys have pub deals, then no
Yeah.
one's going to hear those songs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
unless you guys are cutting them yourself.
Yeah.
You know? So if you are trying to find people to cut your songs, it is good to have new people or people that, you know, are from different areas and different publishing companies and things in
Yeah.
your room, you know?
Super, and it's fun. Like you just get to know so many more people. Like
Yeah.
when you kind of get out of your friend group, and then you can kind of like bring them back to your friend group, and then you're just, you know, one happy family.
Yeah. Find things you love, people that you love, and
Yeah.
then, you know, some work out, some don't.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
it's life.
Yeah. What else has been going on in your world?
I'm trying to think.
Are you
feel
doing a
like-
lot of like shows like as an artist, or is it mainly like cover stuff right now? Or
I play Rick's.
Yeah. Down in Starksville.
Yes, so I do.
Yep.
I opened up for Paxton P.
Yep.
November of last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm actually doing it again Saturday, 420. So that's kind of
YOLO,
like,
smoke weed every day.
hey. My mom said she's coming to the show, and she was like, "You cannot sing your weed song." And I was like, "Mom, it's 420." I was like, "You better plug your ears, because that song will be played."
What's the weed song?
I have a weed song. It's called "Stoned," and it's just like a weed song, you know.
Love a good weed song.
Yeah,
How long are your sets when you do that?
an hour.
An hour.
An hour.
So how many are originals and how many are covers?
I try to do like half and half.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, half
Yeah.
and half. And when I do a cover, I try to make sure it's like a cover that the crowd knows and they sing with me, and
Yeah.
they're kind of like, I kind of like engage them too. So,
Mm-hmm.
but luckily, like at the last show I played in Starkville, I had a lot of my friends come, and they like knew my original stuff, and so it was like really fun
Aw.
that they knew it. So
That feels good.
yeah, it does feel good.
Yeah, you have the whole team there, for sure.
Yeah.
You always have friends and family that come to see you play, even at writers' rounds.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it really is a good community.
It really is. I have the best time. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you get down back to Mississippi?
As often as I can. I haven't been in like 2 months, so
Yeah.
I try to go like.
Your
If
mom's
I-
gonna be so mad when she hears this. She'll be like, "Come back, Callie Moore."
Well, she doesn't even live in Mississippi anymore.
Oh, really?
She lives in Texas.
Oh wow.
So now it's like my mom's in Texas, my grandparents and my dad are in Mississippi. So it's like when I have like free time, I normally go to Mississippi because it's like a drive, so I can like
Yeah.
drive there. Texas, fly, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to plan out my trips to Texas,
yeah.
Mississippi,
Spur of the moment.
spur of the moment. If I like wake up and I'm like, oh, I don't have anything to go, I just want to go fishing. I just go home, you know.
Yeah.
I drive 5 hours to go fishing.
Hey, I mean, if you got the right spot, you know.
I do. I
Got a
do.
good spot.
Oh yeah.
Callie has some fish tattoos. Look.
There you
Is
go.
that the one you got from Stoll?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at Hardy's wedding, tell us
Oh.
the story.
Oh yeah, so they had Stoll was tattooing, and I was the first one. I knew he was tattooing because I had saw him the night before the wedding, and so I knew he was tattooing. And so the second the wedding was over and like you were transitioning to the reception, I like
Beelined it.
oh my gosh, I was so fast. I like just went right to him, and I was like, they had the sheet, and I probably could have looked at it over a little better and like looked at the different options,
Yeah.
but the fish was the first thing I saw, and I was like, I want the fish, and so he gave me the fish.
Yeah.
That's the story behind the fish.
I have 13 tattoos, 12 of which are from Mike.
Really?
Yeah.
On the opposite arm, you should get Big Mouth Billy Bass. That would be so sick.
All colored in.
Yeah.
That would be great.
With the red button.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Did you all have that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had that too.
My dad thought it was the best thing on the planet.
Really?
Yeah, you
What-
weren't even born yet.
What song
Yeah.
did it sing? I'm trying to remember. It was like some parody.
Yeah, I forget.
I mean, I know what you're talking
You know what
about.
we're talking
Yeah,
about,
I know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
The like fake wall mounted bass
Yeah.
that sing songs.
Yeah.
That thing was like
Oh my gosh.
so popular.
Oh, yeah. They were huge. They were like, you could buy them any store, but at first you had to like buy them through the TV and like have them shipped to you. But then they were like at Walmart.
At Walmart is
everywhere.
where I got mine, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, they were wild.
I have a bass hung up on my wall. It doesn't sing, but it's just hung up on my wall.
Oh,
Did you-
like an actual
did you catch it?
taxidermy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I caught it. Yeah.
Heck yeah. How
It
big
was
is
my.
it?
It was like 5.5 pounds.
Heck yeah.
It was
That's a
my
big one.
first like big fish that I could mount on the wall.
Yeah.
And it was funny when I caught it, like we were fishing that day and nothing was biting. Like I was getting so frustrated. It was such a beautiful day and I was like, I want to catch a fish. And so me and my pop, we were about to leave and he was like, try this one spot. It was like in between these bushes. Like, I mean, I could only stand there and I was like, I'm going to get hung up. And so I like threw it out there. The second I threw the line out there, the fish like got on the line.
Dads always know.
And
Yeah.
I like pulled it up and I was like, oh my God. And so he took my picture with it and he was like, all right, we're going to have to throw it back. I said, no. I was like, this will be mounted. This will be hanging on my wall.
We're taking this one home.
Yeah, he was like, but you can throw it back and like it'll be bigger next year. And I was like, no, we are taking it home and it will be mounted on the wall. So it's mounted on the wall now.
Hey, Callie gets what Callie wants, right?
Well, it was like my first big fish. Like,
yeah.
you know, I like killed my first buck this past season too.
Nice.
And it wasn't like a big buck by any means. Like I probably could have let it go and it would be way bigger this next year.
Mm-hmm.
But in my head, I was like, I'm killing it. Like when I get my mind straight to something, I'm like, it's happening. So I have my little bee antlers hanging up in my room.
They're like this big.
Oh no, it's tiny. Like honestly, like I had to look up if it was legal
Oh, dang.
to like even, but it was.
And
it
it
was.
was.
It was.
Yeah.
It was legal. So like, it was one of those things. I was like, okay, but
Super
did it
cool. So have you
anyways.
hunted and fished your whole life?
yes,
Yeah.
I have. It's
So
like
like how young were you when you first started fishing, and then how young when you first started hunting?
I feel like I was 5 when I started fishing,
Mm-hmm.
and then hunting. I've always went hunting with my dad and my pop, and they would never let me shoot the gun though because like I was too young,
Mm-hmm.
and so I didn't really start shooting the gun until I was in high school because they were like, if I don't know, they were just like,
Yeah.
you can just go with us and like watch us, and then I was like, I want to do it, like let me do it, and then.
Do you have any
finally-
siblings?
Yes, I have a older brother and younger brother.
Okay. And how much older and how much younger?
My older brother is 26 and my younger brother is 21, I think.
Okay.
22 maybe. I don't know.
Did they go to school?
My older brother just graduated seminary.
Cool.
So he lives in Texas. And my younger brother is in Mississippi and he does something.
Yep. Would love that.
I don't know what he does.
Hey, he's figuring it out.
No, he does something. I don't know. Maybe like the electrician. I think he's an electrician.
Yeah.
Give him a call on the way home
Yeah.
just to catch up. Sounds like y'all need.
I'll be like, what do you do? I
What
texted
do
him
you do?
yesterday, yeah, but I think he's an electrician.
That's
I don't know.
great. Well, so what would you say if you were talking about like your sound? What would you say? Like where you're at right now?
My sound?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You want me to tell you what I think?
Yes, tell me what you think. I like
right.
getting other people's opinions on like what they think I sound
So
like.
when I hear you sing,
Mhm.
I think one of the things you do best is convey emotion through your songs. So there are a lot of songs that you have that even with just you and a guitar that it really makes people pay attention. I think more so than a lot of other people. Does that make sense?
It is.
So I don't know if that's something you're doing purposefully or if it's just who you are and what you've developed artistry-wise over time, but I think that's something that you have that you can take a crowd and make them shut up with a song.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I also think that your voice, as you talked about, you're kind of trying to find exactly because you have a great voice.
Thank you.
But sometimes like each song's a little different.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's an interesting thing too, just depending on the song. Of course, it's like, you know, the key that it's in and stuff like that always changes that. But
Yeah.
what
Okay.
what have you been trying to like push towards writing wise?
Just to get better.
Yeah.
Nothing like specifically, just to like really like perfect my craft of
Yeah.
like writing the song.
If you're in a room, are you more of like a lyricist person or like a melody or like what would you say is like something that you consider to be your strength in the room when you're writing?
It depends on who I'm writing with,
Mhm.
and normally I'll bring in like the melody, but
Mhm.
then some days I'll be like good at lyrics. I've never really been like the best lyricist in the whole
Same.
entire world,
Mhm.
but I try. That's what I'm really trying to get better at, is like my lyrics.
Yeah.
But melody and just
I mean, if you're writing 4 to 5 times a week, you're gonna get better at all of it.
yeah.
That's just part of how it goes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And is there any songs you've written recently that you absolutely love?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wrote one last week with Ryan, me and him did like a 2-way, and we wrote it really. I really am like really proud of this song.
What's it called?
It's called Letter.
Letter.
Yeah.
What was that one song that I said I loved? Was it something
Raining in Dallas.
Yeah.
Love that one too.
Who'd you write that with?
Emmy Moyen.
Yeah. Emmy's a sweetie. She just played last night.
She's the most precious little.
How old is Emmy? She's just a baby still, right?
I think she's like 19 or 20.
Yeah, she's a baby.
Yeah, she's young. She's super young. She's young.
Great though.
So
I remember she
Fake ID town.
She like DM'd me and was like, "Hey, can I like grab lunch or coffee with you?" And I'm like, "This girl's too young. I don't." It just feels weird. I'm like, why don't you just come to the writers room?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Safety.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to. This is weird.
Yeah.
No, she's so sweet.
She's
a
sweetie.
So sweet.
Yeah,
Love her.
I hope she doesn't think that I was blowing her off. I was just
No, probably no.
I'm just like,
not.
I don't want to do
Definitely
this.
not.
You know?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
She's a sweetie.
She is.
How did you meet Emmy?
She's from
Mississippi
Starkville,
too,
yeah.
right?
So I met her through Sarah Hardy. She was like, this girl Emmy's playing at Live Oak tonight. You should come watch her. I was like, okay. So I like went to Live Oak and watched her play, and then Emmy just like I like walked Emmy around because there happened to be like 3 or 4 people that I knew there.
Yeah.
And I was like, Emmy, just like come walk around with me, like I'll introduce you all these people. And so like I introduced her to like John Kraft, Becca Ray, couple more people.
Becca's so good.
I love Becca. And we just kind of like started writing, and I was like, I love writing with this girl. Like she's good, and like I was like, I could see the potential of like how good she could really be, and so I was like, I want to keep writing with her, and so me and her started writing, and just she's like my little sister.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy how that happens. You're not super old, but you're old enough to have little sisters.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, I don't have a little sister,
Right.
So she's like my little sister.
Yeah, that's like Matt's kind of like my little brother.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Aw.
But I mean, I'm almost like his uncle's age, so. And
True.
Kurt, I feel like you're like the same age as me, even though I'm older
Yes.
than
Yeah.
you. You know?
How
But
old are you?
I'm 42.
How old are you?
36.
Yeah.
Okay. How old's Matt?
29.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be 37 soon.
Yeah. God,
Wow.
you're so old, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's weird because like everyone I hang out with is not my age, except like my friends from college and high school.
True.
But like all my friends at home are. You
Yeah.
know, like when I go back to Pittsburgh, they're like, everyone's reasonably the same age. Like Mitch is a little younger, but I even have friends that I'm older or that are older than me that hang in. Like Stull is like 2 years younger than me, so
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
he's around the same age.
Okay.
But this town is definitely full, specifically in the singer-songwriter community of like younger folks. I was telling Jordan Rager last night, I'm like, you're like the elder statesman of this crew, and he's 30. You know, it's not like he's super old.
Like
you know?
honestly, a lot of my friends, I couldn't tell you how old they are.
Yeah.
If you're like, if they're over like 27, I'm like, oh, you're 30, right? And they're like, no, I'm not 30. And I'm like, you're close.
It happens like that all the time,
Yeah.
honestly. This town, it just, I mean, it's more about like how you live your life than your age at this place. You know? Like there's definitely, you know, you'll get to where you don't go out as much and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, it just depends. Everybody's different. And it's like funny how they call it like classes here, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like everybody that moved to town at the same time. So like Randall Fowler, who moved to town a little bit later than other people, kind of have like been part of like your guys' crew, you know?
Yeah.
It's more about that and finding the people that need each other at the same time, you know, than it is like how old you are, kind of. Now I definitely feel old myself, but
You're not old.
I mean, I don't feel old, but when you were like, Dibs was on my like sophomore year of high school thing, I was like, I was on the road with those folks when that song came out, you know, and I was just like,
crazy.
all right, I guess I have been here since 2012, so
Yeah.
wait, it's at 2024 now, so
yeah, dozen.
there you go.
Who were some of the artists that you like look up to, or you?
I was
like,
thinking the same thing. That's weird that you just said that.
See,
Yeah.
great minds.
Lainey Wilson.
Yeah,
I've loved her for like ever since I discovered her.
yeah,
Middle Finger was the first song I ever heard of
Yeah.
hers, and I was obsessed immediately.
yeah.
I love her. I love that whole crew, like Ashlyn, Casey,
Yeah, me
Jenna.
That whole
Farron.
crew's amazing.
yeah.
Yes, I love that whole crew.
I call those the bad bitches.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah, you do.
They are.
they have like not like an attitude, but they have like a thing where they kind of know.
They're
you know?
confident.
They're confident.
Yeah, they're very confident, and I
love it.
I love watching them play. It's
Me too.
like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who else?
Was it Kelsey and Marin when you were in high school?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've always loved her latest album, Rolling Up the Welcome Mat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like I'm not divorced, but I like really felt every single,
Yeah.
every word.
It's crazy hearing her and her ex, like Morgan, like both of their sides of the story kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that tells you there's two sides to every story.
Yeah.
And if you hear both people's sides, it's probably somewhere in the middle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
realistically. So
Mitchell has a tune that he sang yesterday. It's like, it's like about you spreading lies about me, and I'll tell the truth about you, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's good.
yeah, it's great. I love that
I
song.
don't really know what was going on with that Kelsey thing.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Honestly, you don't know what's behind closed doors ever.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
just kind of like,
That's how it works.
it doesn't feel like it's my business, or I'm just not that interested. But
It's
I
not
do like
your-
the songs that come out of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
no, the
It's not your
songs are
business
great.
till the songs are out there. Then
Yeah.
it is everybody's business.
Yeah.
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 I had a friend who I won't name that was dating a singer-songwriter, and then they broke up, and he's like, dude, there's going to be a song about it. I just know. Like, he was bracing for it,
Did it happen?
Not that I've heard yet,
Well, that's
but
good.
I'll have to keep my eyes out.
Yeah.
So look
I mean-
out, people who date songwriters.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely know some songs that are pretty popular in town that are about specific people.
Same.
Yes, I do too.
That's just how it
I do
goes.
too.
It's you need
Happens.
heartbreak and you need trauma sometimes to make great stories.
You really do.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah.
This is like specifically why I haven't dated Taylor Swift, is because I'm not trying to get a song written about me,
Yeah. I'd at least want a third.
Yeah, if I can get a third of it, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you're cool, but like I don't know, Travis Kelce's pretty famous, dude.
Yeah, and in shape and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. A professional athlete and such. But we know professional athletes, just not ones that are Travis Kelce.
Yeah, that's true. So look out, folks. You never know who's going to write a song about you.
Yeah. Be
For
careful. Be careful who you piss off.
Yeah.
And don't piss off Callie Prince.
well, I mean, it could go one or two ways.
Yeah. It's been cool. Like I feel like I've gotten to like kind of watch you grow up a
I
little
know.
bit.
I remember. I was thinking last night. I remember when y'all followed me when Raised Rowdy followed me on Instagram, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like I was freaking out. I was like with one of my friends, and I was like, "Yo, Raised Rowdy just followed me on Instagram. Oh my gosh!" I was like freaking out. And now they're all, like y'all are my family, so
We love you, dude.
I love y'all too.
Yeah.
Love y'all too.
Well, what else? You have that show down in Starksville. Is there anything else you have going on? We talked about the release of the song. Is there a pre-save up for that?
Yes, it is. It should be in my bio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pre-saving Callie's
How do we
bio.
get to your bio? What's your socials?
Callie Prince, Instagram.
With CALLY?
IE.
Ah,
IE.
there you go. Okay. I knew that. I was just trying to get you to say it.
Yeah.
So Callie Prince at gmail.com. Gotcha.
Probably.
Yeah, basically.
Everybody is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Unless you didn't get it.
Callie Prince on all socials.
Yeah.
Pre-save it. Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait for even more songs to come out
Me either.
in the world to get to hear all of the great songs that we've gotten to hear so often.
Me
at
too.
One of our events.
Me too. I'm excited. I'm excited.
We're
It'll be
excited too,
fun.
sis. Thank you for hopping on the pod with us.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And thanks, Kurt, for being here too.
I had fun.
Yeah.
All's well.
Kurt's got a good tan from being on tour and running in the sun.
True.
Lucky.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, nice watch one.
Yeah, nice to watch tan.
I don't tan, so
I'll burn some and then it'll turn to kind of tan.
yeah.
I'm pretty pasty just in general, but
I don't. If I burn, I burn and then I'm back
yeah,
to my pastiness.
pastiness.
Yeah. So.
Hey, you can always do that spray tan stuff.
Oh, I do. I live
see?
by that stuff. I live by spray tans.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's probably safe.
Yeah, it's better
UV
for you.
protection.
But like,
Yeah.
I still sit in the sun. Like, I'll go to the pool and I'll still just
Well,
crisp
you still need the
myself.
vitamin D.
Yeah, you know.
You know.
So I'll probably have old, wrinkly, white skin when I get older.
Well, at least you'll have great songs.
Yeah, true.
There you go. There you go.
Well, like I said, thanks for hopping on the pod with
Thanks
us.
for having me.
I can't wait to have you make you play even more rounds for us.
I can't wait either.
And then I can't wait for the time where we can't get you to play anymore because you're too busy.
Oh
Hopefully.
my gosh.
Yeah.
I'll always play.
We appreciate it, dude.
Of course.
Well, guys, I'm Nicky T.
I'm Kurt Ozan.
And
We'll see you on the front row.